Today we are recapping the third Mando Monday with our buddy Mark the Shabby Geek, and we are wondering just how many backers the HasLab project will get in the next 2 hours. Josh, hit it!
I didn't dance for Mark on Friday, so I'll dance right now to our own intro music.
Welcome, everybody, to the Holo Chronicles podcast, part of the Beyond the Blast Doors network. I am Andy. This is Josh.
What's going on? Welcome to the Holo Chronicles.
We are happy to spend Monday evening with you, as always, recapping the latest and greatest from Mando Monday. Josh?
Andy,
we have an exciting guest with us.
I am so excited about this. I'm super excited.
So, we met Mark. I guess I met him first, right?
Of course you did. You're the meter guy.
The media guy.
The media guy.
Met Mark. I think it was last spring when I happened to join a little group called the Palaboys, and we've become friends with that group.
Collectors extraordinaire.
Yes, and most of them are from across the pond. And even though Mark is a transplant now living in North Carolina, still has those strong roots, that thick accent.
Yeah, we apologize for the lack of subtitles.
Yeah, if you need some help translating, just post in the chat and we'll try and.
If we need some help translating, just post in the chat.
Exactly. I mean, he doesn't like crispy bacon. He likes soft, thick.
He does
bacon,
soft boiled bacon, but that's what we found out. Well, without further ado, shall we bring
him on,
the one, the only.
The Shabby Geek.
The Shabby Geek. Hey!
Welcome.
Welcome. Well, hi, guys. How are you? Is that better?
Oh, perfect. Maintain
hi,
that.
Everyone. Hey, guys.
You sound like a little kid. That's so good. Hey, now, if you don't know anything about Mark, here, let me tell you 3 things about him. Okay?
Oh, okay.
3 things. 1, he likes to sing and dance on Fridays.
He does.
So if you follow him at Twitter, at @mshabbygeek.
Right, which is also a requirement if you do follow him. Be prepared to dance.
Yes. Secondly, much like you, Josh, he is a big fan of the Black Series.
Hey!
Big fan.
Say.
Big fan.
You don't say.
And thirdly, we have featured his Star Wars collection on our hashtag Show Me Your Collection articles that you can find every Monday on BeyondTheBlastDoors.com. But he's also just a lover of toys in general. Is that safe to say, Mark? Yeah.
Yep. And, I love toys.
How many things was that?
That was 3. That was it.
That was it.
I was going to stop right there.
All right.
He's got a lovely wife, Jen, who is on the social medias now. He incorporates his kids into some of his videos, which are fun.
Didn't we feature once too? Mark is also a crafter of fine furniture with tell us about that, Mark.
Well, I was a tailor for years, suit guy. And then Jen's always been handy. Jen's always done furniture and painted furniture. And I've been away for days on end working, coming home, and she's done really well for herself. And I'm like, you might be onto something here, Jen. So we started Shabby Jacks, our business is called, about 15 years ago, and it's been brilliant. It's been working ever since. So,
well, from what I've seen, you make some really amazing stuff.
Yeah, we make one-off mixes. We do pop culture, we'll do anime, we'll do whatever anyone wants, really. We research it, we go through it, and yeah, it's good. We do really well with it.
Yeah, well, we'd like to take just a moment here and say hello to our friends in the chat.
Absolutely.
On YouTube and on Facebook. Thank you for joining us this evening. I know Mark's got a few of his followers and friends watching as well. Some of those overlap with ours, but welcome. Welcome to the podcast, everybody.
And if you're here, make sure you just, Mark, what would you say across the pond? Like smash the like button, or what would you say? Like banger or
belt
something?
It, mate. Belt it, mate.
Belt that like button, mate. Yeah. Belt it.
That's it.
That's what we want. So yeah, make sure you like, subscribe, and follow, and share, and all those things help us with the community. Because when we have an amazing guest like Mark on, everyone should know about it, right?
Everybody.
Yeah, I think
Everybody.
so. Perfect.
Everybody.
Hey, it's nice in here, though, isn't it, with you boys? In the
It
big
is
time.
nice.
Look at this.
Oh yeah. Welcome to the top
Hey.
Yeah,
of
yeah.
the bottom.
Yeah.
That's great, Mark.
As you guys know, today is the third installment of 8 Mandalorian Mondays, where Star Wars and Disney release new merchandise items. We like to talk about the toys in particular, but they really do cover everything from games to clothing to we've seen skate decks and shoes and bags and all sorts of items, all Mandalorian themed, while the season 2 of Mandalorian takes place. And Josh, why don't you kick us off here with our first item of business?
I will, and I will say this: I'm on a high, and Mark, maybe you can dive in on this. We don't, we talk a lot of collectibles and toys here, obviously, like you guys do on the Pala Boys. But we don't dedicate a ton of time to talking about the content that supports those collectibles. But I am just so excited for what I got to see this week and the week before. And all that being said, along with maybe a little bit of a kind of I don't want to say the wrong word here, but just a different change of pace when it came to episode 10 of The Mandalorian. Yeah. But it's still Star Wars. It's so good. Like here's the best part. We can be like, oh, that was kind of a letdown from that absolutely amazing chapter 9. We just kind of got a totally awesome chapter 10. So which is so different than the community has been experiencing. At least divided wise. So Mark, how do you feel about like right now where we're at? How do you feel about The Mandalorian before we dive into Mando Mondays?
I absolutely love it. I'm a man in my 40s, so old school to me means the world, and Mandalorian just brings it back to Star Wars for me. It just feels like it's the old school Star Wars, but with the new school Star Wars in it. I absolutely love it. Now, we'll be honest, the chapter that just won, I liked it. I was just a touch disappointed, but it's because of the episode we had before, which was out of this world. Do you know what I mean? So I stayed up till 3 o'clock in the morning, ready for it, and I wasn't let down. I did like it, but my expectation because of the last one was like, So
let me ask you this: how many times did you watch it?
About 4 now.
About 4, yeah, and that's okay. That's how I feel because I'm on 2.5 because I went through, and I liked it. I liked it as much as I did the first time. It didn't change my opinion. But I did remember when it was over, kind of thinking like, oh, it's over already. Which there's a good and a bad to that. Like it paced perfectly, so that I didn't think it was too long, and it also maybe could have had some more. That's where I was at. But some more. My whole theory being, or my whole statement being, if we had seen chapters 9, 10, and 11 back to back, that would have been probably, and this is my prediction, a perfect connecting part of a perfect scene or act to connect us to the next one. Andy, what do you got over there? You're smirking. The Andy smirk usually means that we get something.
No, I am in agreement with both of you guys. The standards were set very high with that first episode from season 2. And it's tough. It's tough to match it when they came out the gate so hard with that episode.
They did.
And I mean,
like as hard as they could come out of the gate.
Right.
It was great. Like no soft re-entry here.
No, this was not a soft launch into season 2. This was about as awesome as you could get. So I like you, Mark. I'm not disappointed. I kind of was hoping. Well, I think I shared this with you, Josh.
We share a lot of things.
In a season that's 8 episodes long, the second episode, I wish it would have moved the plot along a little further than just a side adventure that it kind of seems to be going on the way to moving the plot forward.
Sure.
So that was my only, and this is just an aside, and I am probably the only person that thinks this.
Uh-oh.
But
here it comes.
For me, spiders have been done. Okay. In every realm of fantasy, there's been creepy spiders that have gone after people.
Let me ask you this, though.
And I don't.
To that point, though, spiders have been done. but do they still creep you out?
I am not creeped out
I
by
am
spiders.
100% creeped out. It's like, oh, get off the screen, hurry, kill them, please. Oh, finally, Filoni shows up in the next wing. Thank God, kill the spiders. So and they did.
Listen, I'm scared to death of all stuff, especially being over here. Where I'm from, we don't get anything. Those garden spiders, size of your hand, I'd be scared to death.
You ever walked through a web and had one on you and you didn't know it till it was too late?
I did a video when I walked through there's a place called Raven Rock. It's like a botanical gardens. And as I'm talking on it, one landed on me and I saw, that killed me.
So does Jen have to kill the spiders in your house?
Oh yeah, Jen's a lot tougher than I am.
Okay.
A lot tougher. So not me. Oof.
My wife kills the spiders. I don't want to admit it. All right. So thank you for that little sidebar. I just wanted to, because like I said, we don't get to talk about some of the content that supports our collecting very often. And I just want to, recap again. I'm so enthused, for the next up until the end, Christmas, we get to just be happy watching Star Wars content. And The Mandalorian is absolutely delivering. And on that note, why don't we dive right in to our Mando Monday Mania.
Mando Monday Mania.
All right, first on the list. This is a big one.
Yeah.
This is a very big one.
Just like The Mandalorian, we're coming out of the gate hard here.
We are, and here it is. This is something that I think any Mandalorian fan and even new Mandalorian fans would probably put in their collection, or maybe this is a collection starter for somebody.
Maybe.
But this is a big one, and here it is. It's the Black Series Mando helmet.
You can have one for the not so unreasonable price of $119.99.
That's a standard price. These helmets usually go for between $100 and $120. You either get the $100 version or the $120 version. Wasn't Boba $120?
Boba was 120.
Yeah, so Boba, right? Boba's 120.
I think Vader was a little more.
So here's what I have to say about these Black Series helmets. I have not been disappointed in any of them. How about you, Mark?
I love him. Absolutely love him.
That
X-Wing Luke. Oh, how beautiful is that? And now this one, fantastic.
They're just good. And sure, you're not getting prop level quality when it comes to maybe that should be metal or whatever in this case. But even the interior of the helmet is awesome. And am I seeing an LED there?
Not on the inside, no, but this one you can. I mean, it comes with a torch.
Okay. What do you mean a torch?
Well,
I don't have a picture of that. I'm sorry.
You don't?
Let me show the box. Is it on the box?
No, it would attach to the other side. It has a little light on the side.
Oh, okay. So like a light. Okay, yeah. So I have not been disappointed. I own several of these helmets, as does Andy, and obviously Mark. As far as these go from a collecting standpoint, for the price point, for $100, you're getting a real piece. It's a nice display piece. I mean, I have the all these helmets behind me are Black Series helmets.
Yeah.
And they're awesome. As a matter of fact, I have something to admit. When we went to the Rise of Skywalker kind of premiere, we collaborated with another group that was doing a charity event. We rented out a theater, and it was for kids, underprivileged kids, and so we bought all the tickets for those kids. They got to go to the show, and so we usually put on a display, and of course Andy and I and some other people are bringing our props to that, and I have right behind Andy, it's TK, what is he right now?
TK 1426.
1426 right there on our path to 1500. TK 1246 is everything movie accurate molded armor except for the helmet, which doesn't have very good padding inside. And we had to put our buddy, the 5-0 in there, who's a BM beer, a collector with us. And I used the Black Series helmet for him instead of the actual screen accurate one because of the comfort level it provided with just a little bit of a head guard. I just hadn't installed that yet. Of course, you can install that in the molds they send you, but
Well, the interior of the helmets have gotten better too.
Yeah,
so
this is
that's
exactly.
That's an older kind of original.
That's the old one, yeah.
Right.
But the ones now, and even you saw that on the screen there when we were looking at the picture of this new helmet, it's got little cushions in it where,
Yep.
and it doesn't have the straps that rests on your head. It's an actual foam. Well, there's a strap.
There's an adjustment so you can keep it pretty set on your head. But other than that, like you said, there's foam behind and around it that allows it to be a little more comfortable.
Yeah.
I mean, you could legitimately wear this around your house and tell your kids to clean their room.
Exactly.
But do it in like clean your room. Yeah. And they're like, Dad, I don't want to. And you're like, I can bring you in warm.
You can have your dinner warm or you can have it
cold. Better. And that's what we're looking for.
Hey, Mark, does Jen like the helmets?
You don't have to answer that.
Nah, never mind. No.
Jen likes it, but she doesn't get like mega involved. She bought me the Stormtrooper one though for Christmas a while back. I like using my helmets. I have a big book collection, so I prop my books up against the helmets, and they look awesome like that.
Oh, that's cool. Like bookends.
But, I mean, even for cosplay, even for wearing, for them to go into that detail with the padding, when really the majority of the time collectors are going to have them on shelves. They're great. I absolutely love them.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Just to give you a couple more shots, here you go. Go ahead, Andy.
Well, I was gonna say, speaking of the holidays, I know this is something again, Josh, that you and Mark share. Have you gone out and gotten your holiday Black Series figures yet?
Well, okay, Mark, I'm glad you're on the screen with me. Hold on, let me pull this image down. Mark, I should pull Andy out so it can just be me and you time.
Go ahead, talk about this. I'll moderate this.
This is a Black Series figure, and I know that you and I are the Black Series collectors in the group, and
Black Series buddies,
BS buddies. And while I have thrown some shade recently on possibly, pivoting out of Black Series, Andy and I always talk, and I'm like, I'm just going to get rid of the ones I don't like, and then it turns out that it'll be like 4. So maybe I just shouldn't get rid of the collection at all. So anyway.
Keep them.
Keep it. Yeah, I know. So how do you feel about the holiday edition Black Series edition?
Horrible.
God damn. I'm the only one.
Absolutely hate them. I hate them with a passion. The thing about it is when you're paying 20, 25, now on the second aftermarket, $40, $50 for these figures, for them to repaint as a Christmas decoration. I've got decorations. They don't cost me 25 quid. $25, sorry.
Quid.
No. Did you say squid?
No, quid's like bucks.
Yeah, I know.
No, I can't.
I am definitely in the minority here. I thought you, of all people, my Black Series buddy, my BS buddy, were BSBs.
Yeah.
I thought for sure you would just be like, I like a nice holiday, a nice little nod to the holiday season.
I just don't like novelty stuff like that. I never have.
How about you're hanging one of them from a Christmas tree? I mean, come on.
I've got ornaments for that though, Josh. Ornaments, not $25 figures.
I've got $25 ornaments too, and they're Star Wars ornaments. All right. If you buy them from Hallmark, you're gonna pay too much.
But Hallmark, that's the thing. Hallmark make ornaments. Yeah. Hasbro don't. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. JD, I'm sorry.
All right, we're sorry, JD.
Sorry, JD.
We're sorry. I just have a Black Series aficionado. I mean, this guy's got me beating the Black Series category. By the way, do you have the black or the blue and the orange line?
Yeah, I've got black and the blue orange line. Yeah, it's funny because when they first came out, the Black Series, I didn't like them at all.
We might be talking about these holiday figures then. It takes warm up. We can warm up.
I don't know what to do. I think the first one I got was the Han Solo orange one, and I loved it. So I thought, I'll buy one more, and then it's turned into this. So
all right, I'll lay off. I'll lay off it'll just be my thing. I'm done. If the Black Series, I hear you. If the Black Series expert has denied appreciating these, and I'm moving on. All right, what's next?
All right, I'll take the next one here. Speaking of Black Series, it was announced today that there will be a new Black Series Mandalorian Remnant Stormtrooper.
Mark's clapping.
Mark, you like this one? I know you like the packaging. The new packaging is sweet.
I'm coming round to it. I like the artwork now. I got the Endor layer, beautiful, and the artwork on that is so. I'm starting. I think because the first ones these ones, the Rebel ones.
Yeah.
And I thought they were okay, but yeah, I'm coming round to them a lot. So.
So with this packaging, we also get a little tip off as to maybe another one in the artwork that is on the way, and we believe that to be the shoulder and cape of Grand Moff Gideon.
Ah, so there's your circle. That's what the red circle is.
Yeah, right there, the shoulder adjacent to the remnant. Now, is this something, Josh and Mark, do you see yourself getting this one?
Yeah.
I don't see why Mark wouldn't. I'm at an impasse right now, so I'm kind of stalled out on Black Series, and
you're at a fork in the road.
I'm at a fork in the road, and that's only because of Hot Toys. But we've already talked about this. I don't want to rehash it. But I love them. I actually and Mark, when you showed the Rebels box, I think those are beautiful. I really do. The one issue I have, and you have it right behind you, is displayability. When you have this many figures that you want to keep in the box, I tease you because it's the same issue I have. I could send a similar picture to you.
But I love doing this. So
you like that?
Yeah. Do you not remember when we were kids? You'd sit in your bed and you'd turn over your Return of the Jedi card back, and every one of those things were numbered. Every one of them. So you'd sit there and you'd circle the ones you need and you'd cross out the ones you don't need. So to me, Star Wars, especially Kenner's Star Wars, was always numbers. I just loved the numbers. So one of the things that attracted me to these, especially the red and black boxes, was the numbers on the side. I absolutely adored the numbers on them. So that's why I wanted to do it on purpose.
Mark, I really appreciate that explanation. That actually makes a lot more sense, because for me, the numbers are a good way to be like, oh, I need number whatever that's missing between those two numbers, which you love too, right? Order and
I know I need 5 out of the last 112. I need 5. And I know that because of the way they're displayed. You said, but that was just the same as when we were kids. I need number 12, number 4.
Well,
sure.
All right, off the top of your head, Mark,
which 5?
Which 5 do you need?
Qui-Gon Jinn, Ezra Bridger red and black box, 000, Tusken Raider, Chirrut Imwe. That's it. I'm 5.
Huh. Well, we might be able to help you, Mark.
Qui-Gon, 000, Chirrut.
And Ezra, black box.
I couldn't find the other one, so.
Okay.
Right. So you're saying, and then no problem on this. I mean, this is easy. Black Series seems to have it down now. They're pumping out figures. It works. I like the new boxes too. Mark's a little, the number system will take away your ability to look up and Dewey Decimal System that thing out. I'm going to keep hitting you with that, Mark, no matter how long it takes. So you finally, our favorite system in the galaxy, the Dewey Decimal System. Yes. So anyway, so you're good on that. I like it too. It reminds me a little bit of the I always get is it Moombar from Solo?
Mimbam,
the Mimbam trooper who was dirty like this, which is good. But this guy's got yellowing. He's obviously had his PVC armor out in the sun of whatever planet for too long. But I'm down with that. I like it. I just wish they'd just show up and I didn't know that I'd bought them. It's when I have to actually make the commitment to buy them that I'm like, darn it, I did that. I just like them. I like them when Entertainment Earth boxes show up at my house and I open them. I'm like, I got that. Yay.
Hey.
All right.
Let's see. That leads us to Mark. Mark, you said there
Mark,
was something...
it's your turn, buddy. You got something you want to talk about? Are you ready?
There is. I mean, the helmet of the Black Series is fairly obvious. We're all going to get that. But last year, the start of this year, sorry, our Claire in England sent me this. The Build-A-Bear Yoda. And I love it. It's absolutely brilliant. Right, look at him.
It's cute. Cute and fuzzy.
So Mark, have you ever been to a Build-A-Bear?
Yeah, our Claire, our size Claire, my brother's girlfriend, she's a manager of one, so I've been a few times.
Okay, all right.
But she got me this one last time.
Oh.
Anyway, and talking about limited editions, this one, instead of the cardboard box, came with that. It's like a limited edition bag that it comes.
Oh, a nice Build-A-Bag.
Build a bag.
But what he's missing is his pram. So what came out today?
Here it is, Mark.
The little lad's pram came out. Look at that.
What'd you call it? A
Brilliant.
pram?
The pram, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did. It came out today, and it looks like you could curl up with it and go to sleep. You know.
So let me ask you this: it's got the little. It looks like a speaker or vent or whatever's in the front. Do you think you can? Because I know at Build-A-Bear, either that's an accessory or do you get to stuff it? What do you think, Mark?
Oh no, I
The
think
pram.
no, I think it just comes as is. I don't think it's stuffed. I think it's just a
Now,
prop.
do you
for that
get to
toy.
take? Do you get to take and put like a voice something in the front where
Yeah,
you
you can
get to
do.
record?
Yeah, you can do it there. Claire asked me about my Baby Yoda. Do I want that in mine? I said no, I didn't want the voice. I just wanted. So yeah, you can pick and choose.
I would just like if you did your best impression of the child's gooing and gagaing. That would just be fantastic. Like I would actually get a limited edition Shabby Mark
Voiceover
voice where I'm like, he sends me a Build-A-Child, and
with the
and
personalized
inside
message.
is him in a quite manly voice going. It'd just be,
That's the thing. I'd have to do it in a northern accent. It'd be like, ooh, ah,
oh, blimey!
hey, oh.
Oh wait, that's sorry, I always screw that. Bloody hell! That's what I'd
bloody
want.
hell.
Yeah, the first words of the child were bloody hell from a northern Englishman.
I think that was a little cockneyed.
It was.
Mark at Palaboys has also told me to tell you what the word tat means. Do you know what modern tat means?
No,
Like short for
T-A-T.
tattoo.
No, modern tat just means it's not good. It's rubbish.
That's
So
tat.
every time you hear Mark at Palaboys, it's a Yorkshire thing where Mark someone will say, "Oh, it's modern tat."
It's
That's what
tat.
that-
modern tat.
Modern tat. So every time you see our Mark on Palaboys, you'll say that to
Okay.
him. Modern tat.
Modern tat. I'm gonna use that.
It's,
Actually, I'm gonna
'cause-
overuse that
Because
from now on.
it rhymes with shat.
Yeah. Well, modern tat.
Yeah. the
Modern
same-
tat.
Same thing there. Moving right along, Josh, I don't think we need to spend a ton of time
We
on
won't. We'll rip through these. You know, we are on week 3. Let's just point out again that it's very encouraging to see so much marketing behind Star Wars in the form of the Mandalorian. It's so exciting, right? And to have all these options that maybe you don't want any of, or some of, or all of. And I think that's the issue, is that before, it's been a while. I wouldn't call it like the dark times between the prequels and the original trilogy, but I would say that the marketing has been interesting when whether you're online or, you know, unless you're going deep into the weeds of collectibles through Hot Toys or
Well, just think. A few weeks ago, we were complaining that we weren't getting enough stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like something would pop up and it would be sold out in a minute, and it'd be like, "What the fudge?" You know.
Yeah.
Now we've got 3 weeks in a row of stuff coming out. It's like you got to pick and choose because you can't get everything.
Look, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that I'm responsible for this.
Okay. Well.
Okay, because I just it's a small ass limb, by the way. It's very small. It will crack at any moment. But I did complain. I'm just joking about it was because of me. But I did complain, like you said, a month ago, like marketing for Mandalorian first season was crap. It sucked. They missed the mark. And it's almost like they're compensating right now. They're like, we missed the mark last time, but don't you worry, we're gonna hit it hard. And I'm not even overwhelmed, because guess what? You get the option to buy it or not. Who cares if it's in your face? And it's not as if you're going into a Target. Right, yeah. You're not going into a Target or Walmart. This is going to StarWars.com, and they're shipping you over to Target. They're shipping you over to Amazon,
Disney.
Shop Disney. They don't buy it or don't. It doesn't matter. And a
It
lot of
reminds
it's
me of Force Awakens. When the Force Awakens came out, the hype and I love this sort of stuff. It's nice
do
because
too.
we're all toy collectors, but you might have somebody out there that loves the Mandalorian, so they'd like a Baby Yoda pinny or a Baby Yoda grill or something. Do you see what I mean? I love all this merchandise.
Yeah.
It gives everybody a chance to get something.
That's exactly it. You said it just right there. It gives everyone a chance to get something.
There's
So
a lot of entry points
exactly.
Yeah.
So here are those entry points. We're going to kind of rip through them. This first one I like to call Andy's shirt. I see this as a shirt that Andy would wear, and I appreciate that. Look at all the helmets. It comes with sand in the collar, which is always very comfortable. You've even got the Forge Master in there, which is awesome.
The armor.
The armor. Sorry, I make up my own names. All right, Headcanon is fine. And it's just great. You got all the different Mandalorian helmets. I mean,
those are all the helmets that were in that pile at the end of season 1.
That's right. That's right. That very sad pile. And then we'll move over to Josh's shirt. This is a little more Empire Beskar. I could wear this on the golf course. Sure. I could feel like yeah. I feel
subtle.
comfortable in that.
It's a little more
no
subtle.
one's gonna know I'm wearing.
It's a deep cut.
An Andy. Now, when Andy shows up on the golf course, he's got red pants. He's wearing this shirt.
I have red pants,
and he's shanking it. And everyone sees it. I show up on the course in this shirt. I've got just normal like black pants.
Yeah.
And I shank it. No one notices.
A regular Colin
no
Montgomery.
One notices.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Am I right, Mark?
You're probably right. Well,
yeah. Very nice. Very stylish. Imagine me in that bounty hunter's helmet shirt. There'd be a bloody hundreds of them on the side. Look at all those Mandalorians.
Look at that super cool guy.
How did he get all those bounty hunters? So.
And then for our fellow network, we are part of the Beyond the Blast Doors network, and one of the hosts of the Beyond the Blast Doors live every Wednesday night is our own David Amaletti, or Ammo, we call him. And this, I feel like they made this.
Oh, that's
just
the
for him.
good-looking bloke, isn't it? The guy with the hair.
He is. Oh,
very
beautiful hair. Beautiful hair.
Who's got a tie on? Very handsome.
Excellent delivery. I mean, the guy.
He's a pro.
He's a pro.
Yeah.
He's a pro. But he does have an Achilles heel, and it's this. It's a tank top. So we have the Ammo tank top, and I think it's fitting the wording that's on there. It says, "I said no."
As if as if you're not supposed to buy it.
I said no. I think that's what his wife says every time he comes home in a tank top.
Yeah.
I know that's what my wife says without wearing the tank top.
Jen.
We kid. Here's the issue with Ammo is he's got a couple of arms that can fit out of that tank top, and we're just jealous.
Speaking of David, right there.
Here you go, David. I'll throw it back up for you. You want me to post a link in the chat? Because you should pre-order that. Just kidding. David cuts a fine figure in a tank top.
He cuts a nice jib.
The Ammo tank is right. That's actually, if you could see my screen and what I had that image labeled, that's exactly it. Ammo.
Don't we have an Ammo tank on TeePublic?
We do on TeePublic. If you want to buy some merch, some real good merch, you can get your own Ammo tank on TeePublic.
I tell you what, it's definitely an American piece of clothing. That there's no way you'd get away with wearing that where I'm from.
Right.
First of all, it's too cold. Second of all, you get your ass kicked.
Yeah, a tank top and a pair of Crocs, and I think you're about as American as you get, right? And
cargo shorts. Cargo shorts. Don't forget that.
English pub with one of them on. They'd be like that.
No.
Oh, too good. And we would be remiss if we went through a Mando Monday without a Funko Pop, and here it is.
Yes.
Funko Pop with the canister. Now, Andy and I are both reformed Funkoists. Mark? Did you ever funk out? Did you ever fall down the funk hole?
No, they weren't for me. But I like that. That's a cool one.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah,
you know what?
Like
if that is actually liquid inside and those eggs kind of roll around like a snow globe kind of thing, that would be fantastic.
Would you buy it? Let's ask the chat. Chat, would you buy this Funko Phenom? I don't know. How many things can I do here? This
How
Funko.
much is it?
Well, I mean, if it's got liquid in it, I'm sure it's $30. But
no, I'm sure that's.
You're going with $19.99.
Yeah. I would definitely put that under the $20.
Well, and don't forget, this is the child. So, but they can make a huge child too with Funko. I don't know, but I don't hate this at all because obviously. Good collaboration from the group at The Mandalorian, whatever, sending over images. I mean, this is it. The toy makers, the collectible manufacturers got preloaded information to make cool toys. Now, a lot of it is pre-order, which means concept is what we're looking at. But that looked to me like they'd made one. I mean, come on, Funko's got to be able to just click a button and make a Funko at this point. It's so locked in. You're like, okay, move the same set of eyes out or in, and then go
And
click. Yeah, bubble.
tap the head and
They're
wiggle
like,
away.
we're low on springs. I mean, did COVID affect springs at all? I think we're okay.
No, I will say that between this Funko and week one's Funko of the Mandalorian on a Bantha, the Mandalorian on the Bantha, pretty stinking cool.
That was
if
cool.
I were going to go back and backslide into some
Fall off
Funko,
the wagon.
if I fall off the,
The
Funk
wagon, the Funk wagon. We'll
that-
come up with something.
It would be for that. I've stayed strong so far, but God bless you if you purchase it on your own.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
How do you? So no, you own 0 Funkos, Mark.
No, I've got one that I found in a. I'll show you. It's right here.
Grab it, Mark. Dance on your way there.
There's not any ABBA playing, so you can't.
That one.
Oh, that's
okay.
kind of cool.
All right. Yeah.
That's it.
It
And I
looks,
found
more
it.
like it looks more like a trophy. Did you join some little league group and just
We used it when me and
T-ball
Jenny,
team.
100 subscribers. It was our award. Thank you, everybody.
you like me. You really like me.
That's funny.
That's it. That's the only one I got. Listen, I'm not a fan of him, to be honest, but I don't mind him. But it always makes me laugh, these lads that have him all the way up the ceiling and all around their houses. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
oh,
It's it's Andy.
There's something for every. Yeah, that was me.
It was.
That was me.
did you buy a lot, Andy? Did you buy a lot of him?
Yeah, I think in about a year's time, I went from
He
zero.
went through a funk.
I did. I think I went from like 0 to like 160 or something like that pretty quickly, I feel like. But then I got rid of them pretty quickly too, surprisingly. So,
Nah.
And we've had some experts on, Funko experts. And,
Yeah.
And the best, Matt.
Yeah,
What's his last name? Anyway,
Matt from Georgia,
Matt from Georgia.
who had the lightning bugs on his porch.
Yeah, he was great, and he gave us some good advice. If you're a Funko collector, he's like, the best part about Funkos is you can pull them out of the boxes, and it doesn't damage the box. They don't have tape on the box. Most of them. Some of the special editions are kind of more packaged, but you can pull them out of the box, put them on display, and if you just decide to sell them, you put them back in the box. They look shelf ready. So that they're highly collectible is the issue.
There's something for everybody. That's what
everybody.
their motto is. There's something for everybody.
Speaking of something for everybody,
Okay.
Here is the Baby Punch and Pouch rendition number 4. I don't know.
Baby Punch and Pouch.
I don't know what this does. I'm just putting it up there because, but I mean, we are getting a lot of the child in many iterations, and apparently this one makes noise. If you look at the top right corner there, you can squeeze his hand.
the paw. Yeah.
Squeeze his hand. I'm sure it's going to be Mark. What would it sound like if I squeeze?
Don't squeeze me hand.
There it is. That I would
Yeah.
buy.
Yeah.
Don't squeeze me, down, man. Just a rant, an English rant, and then that's all I want. Perfect. Mark, we're going to use you for most sound drops from now on. All right. So.
No problem.
All right,
No problem.
here we go. Some more child paraphernalia just in time for winter is the child beanie, which actually, I don't hate this. I'd buy this for both my kids. They'd wear it with joy. At least one of them would. The other one is 16, so she'd be like, well, I don't know. Are my friends going to be around?
Do I have any green to wear with it?
I don't know what to buy. So, yeah. Do I have any green jeans that are ripped from the ankles to the thighs? Do I have any of those? And then last of the child, well, not completely last, but is, and this again, that's cool. That's cute. I mean, you get a little backpack.
Sure.
I don't know if you wear it on the front or the back, but, it's a backpack.
It could go either way.
Thanks, Mando Mondays. That's what we're going for. They're just giving us some product. That's what we said at the beginning of this. We have options. It's not for everyone. This is kind of interesting. If you're the guy about town and you really want to show off your Mandalorian connection, especially if you're a single guy, which you probably are because you watch The Mandalorian. You're heading out into town. And you're like, you know what? I'm grabbing the good watch. This is what you can also have. A Mando-themed watch. I forget.
No, Josh. A Mando-themed timepiece.
Oh, Thank you. That's a very distinct correction there, because Lord knows we wouldn't want to insult any one of those playas out on the town. But yeah, there's a watch for you. I particularly liked the diagram on the bottom right, which is like accents. It goes in. It's got a blue triangle.
Yeah,
Cool.
It's got a little...
That's the Mandalorian symbol, in case you didn't see it. Oh, guess what? Armor's on the bottom, and there's a Beskar helmet. I don't know, what is that? Barometer, altitude. I mean, the bottom line is, if you roll up to the bar and you're and you kind of, you're wearing the coat, and you kind of
like,
get the bartender's attention, but
barkeep.
You're like, hey,
garçon.
Hey, can I get a Shirley Temple?
Even better though, if you did the theme, can you imagine? What time is it?
Yeah, I wonder if that's the alarm on it.
Oh man,
that would be cool.
Oh, the watch, the beautiful watch. So really, for all you fellows out there that are looking to slide in on the ladies, I think the watch is a timepiece is a perfect accessory. Now, we did have a late arrival.
Yes.
And which I think, I got to be honest with you, Andy, I think this might have kind of been last week, but not part of the Mando Monday, but we're going to include it in this Mando Monday because I think I saw it.
Okay.
But that's okay. We have 2 new releases from Hot Toys. Now, Mark, let's talk about Hot Toys real quick.
Okay.
Hey, shout out to Gilster. If we were talking about you, then...
We're not talking about you, Gilster.
Hey, but thanks for the super chat, man.
We will buy you a Shirley Temple with that $5. I guarantee it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, Mark, how do you feel about these Hot Toys? These upstarts?
Beautiful.
Okay.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Now,
Out my price range, and even if they weren't at my price range, I don't think I'd have them, because to me they're not toys. These are the pinnacle, aren't they? Let's be honest. They're absolutely stunning. They're absolutely yeah.
Mark, I find it hard to believe you as I look behind you when you say it's out of your price range, because I'm literally looking at about 4 Hot Toys on a shelf.
The way I work it out, it's like the Razor Crest. I absolutely love that Razor Crest. Whoever's backed it, you lucky buggers. Do you know what I mean? It is really nice, but $350 is 15 Black Series. You know what I mean?
Yeah, see, now I see that the other way around.
Or 10 Holiday Black Series.
Yeah.
I see Black Series, and I think, you know what? I could get a Hot Toy with that.
So I'm with you though. Here's the deal with the Black Series is that's what I loved about them. They're displayable, they're beautiful, but I'm still Mark. I haven't done anything. I've talked trash, but I've never made a move. But speaking of Hot Toys, this is what we got.
Yep, let's see them.
This is all we've got. This is all I could find.
It's a teaser pick.
It's kind of a teaser pick. It's a Tusken, a Mandalorian Tusken Raider. If you go and look at Sideshow/Hot Toys webpage and look up Tusken, you're going to find a sold out Tusken that's probably been around for a while. But this is the Mandalorian Tusken. So I don't know what the differences are going to be. We actually, if you go back and watch, you'll probably see different costuming on each Tusken. But as far as bandoliers but I like this. But this is all, we don't have a face yet. Obviously this is a pre-order situation, so we're going to roll with it. But more dramatically is this dude.
Yeah, now that.
Now, Josh, I love 2 things about this, and you're right. I think this was not released this.
It wasn't, but
before,
it's still
I'm glad you included it, because there's 2 things about this that I absolutely adore. One is the cape, because it's black on the outside and sewn red on the inside, right? It's so dramatic.
Right.
The black and red, we've talked about this before, is so dramatic. And the second thing, he's standing on the cockpit of a TIE fighter.
That's a good point. And with Hot Toys, you'll get these kind of props. We saw that through
base.
The Mandalorian, where he had the Stormtrooper helmet on a pike. Mm-hmm. So this could definitely be. We don't know, because this is a pre-order type of situation.
Yeah,
I shouldn't say we don't know. We didn't research. I'm sure you're right though, but you're absolutely right. He is standing on a TIE fighter.
TIE fighter, burnt out TIE fighter, man.
Which
Awesome.
what do we call it, a TIE fighter with those folding wings, or have the TIE fighters always been able to do that? Except they're just kind of like, we don't need to. We're flying into a Star Destroyer. They got clamps.
Well,
I
I don't know.
Let's headcanon that, everyone. But anyway, Moff Gideon looks fantastic. Looks like we might have some LED action on the chest, which is common to a hot toy, where they will allow you to, or not allow, they will provide you with
A light up.
some light ups.
I wonder if the sword will light up then.
Oh,
That I don't know. What do you think, Mark?
I'd love that. That's it. I'd be tempted if that sword lit up. To be honest, it's beautiful.
Let me ask you this. If you were to go in, and this is for everyone in the chat too, because we had a few people commenting on like, I would get one of those. Would you, what if you could, let's say, get 3 hot toys, what would they be?
Endor Luke, Endor Leia, Darth Vader. Endor Luke and Leia in those ponchos. Them hot toys are unbelievable. Beautiful. So they're the
I
3
like
I'd
that.
get.
I like that. That was fast too. This guy's you've been researching.
Yeah, I like them a lot. So
I agree. Now, before we finish, I have one final thing.
Okay.
And this is also a Mando Monday deal. And honestly, I have to say this could be the most frightening thing for any girlfriend or wife or husband or boyfriend of any Star Wars fan collector out there. This is terrifying. And here it is. Star Wars fine jewelry.
Ooh, just in time for the holidays.
Now, I want to say something about this. If you go to StarWars.com and then you see this little child pendant and click on it, it will take you to what I did not know existed, which is a Star Wars fine jewelry website. It's got one of the coolest intros ever. It's kind of it's not quite hyperspace, but it's stars shooting at you. And then boom, this logo on the top left where it says Star Wars fine jewelry comes zooming in. And you are presented with, like I said, the nightmare of any spouse of a Star Wars collector, which is very fine Star Wars jewelry. I want to promise you, if my wife finds a 14-karat diamond-encrusted child under the Christmas tree this year, we will not be celebrating Christmas next year. Mark, how do you feel about that? How's Jen going to feel?
I can tell you straight away, if I bought that for our Jen, my legs would be broke by Boxing Day. Simple as that.
Star Wars fine jewelry. Oh, I you know what? There's something for everyone. And I did not know that this existed, but they have, look, go to their website. They have put a lot of time. Yeah. There is far more. You can get a Dagobah Yoda who's got emeralds around his ears. You can get the Jedi symbol, which is...
I've seen wedding rings that say, I love you and I know.
But that's okay, fine. But you have to have some consent there. If you just pop off and surprise your wife with a child pendant or significant other, you might find yourself having to go buy that watch so you can go back out on the town.
Exactly. Maybe. Okay. Yeah. Go. Fair point. Fair point.
Man. Oh man.
Well, I think.
Don't do it, guys. Do not do it.
I think that moves us off of the Mando Monday part.
It does. Thank you for Mando Monday. This has been a Mando Monday Mania. Mando Monday Mania. There you go.
All right. Got a couple of things here that we can fire through real quick. There was a rumor, and I put a poll up 2 weeks ago. There's a rumor that Black Series, and gosh, I'm glad we have Mark for this.
Dang right.
There was a Black Series rumor that we were going to get 3 new female Black Series characters. And Mark, I wanted to ask you, which one would you be more excited about if this rumor proves to be true?
Hands down.
Asajj Ventress.
Hands down. I've been waiting for her for 5 years. She'd be in.
Well, you gotta let me get through the choices first for everybody else here, man.
Sorry.
Okay, Asajj Ventress,
Spoiler
Bo-Katan,
alert.
Bo-Katan, or Aura Singh.
I think Mark's gonna say Asajj.
Well, let me think. Asajj Ventress, I think.
Oh.
I think she'd be awesome.
How long have you been waiting for this?
Oh, years. I love doing the books. I liked her in Dark Disciple, obviously Clone Wars. I've always wanted to figure with her. It's funny because they made Jaina Solo and they've made other female characters, but never her, which is You know, 3¾ inch I've got in there, but Black Series should be perfect.
Yeah, the Jaina Solo figure, albeit a very good figure, I really like that one.
Is a head scratcher.
It's
It's a head scratcher. It's my number one figure.
I've
I'm
seen
for the Black Series.
I've seen the video, Mark.
Yeah, I love
It's actually one that I happen to have kept as well. I have that one at home.
I own it too.
Had a baby.
I think it's number. What is it, Mark?
number one. Oh, it is number 48, I think. Hang on.
Yeah, see, that's why you have to number your shells, because you can just turn around.
Just no.
He's typing into the log.
So
Hold on. Shh. Dewey Decimal System. You got to be quiet.
So, Mark, you are not alone in that poll where there was over 100 people that responded. Asajj Ventress was probably 2-1 ahead of the next, which was Bo-Katan, and then Aura Singh was the third. That out of that poll, small sample, I understand, but I would be personally a fan of the Aura Singh figure. I think she looks cool, and we don't know a lot about her, so there's a mystique to her. Not at the same level of like an original like Boba Fett type
Yeah,
thing,
but you're a bounty hunter guy, which is cool. I like that. You're a bounty hunter guy. You like to collect the bounty hunters. I am with Mark. Asajj is hands down. Like, I want to say, she is so cool. We've had the animated series. We've got video games that include her. If you go with the app,
and the Jendi Tartarovsky Clone Wars, she's in that too.
And
I think I've got the Kladowski figure.
Oh, do you? Oh my!
I love those figures.
Oh no, it's a different. It's that one.
Okay, yeah, it's still cool though.
Lovely.
Yeah, I like it.
It's time for a 6-inch
And then the
version.
book. And then the book. What was that called? That was what'd you say?
Dark Disciple.
Dark
She's amazing.
Disciple. But also the
Did
one
she
that was a
show up
live
in the-
action with
in the
Dooku.
Dooku?
Dooku book. Yeah.
Jedi Lost.
Jedi Lost.
Yep.
Dooku Jedi Lost. She's like the secondary character because he sends her on all these little quests, little Sith apprentice quests.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Well, appreciate that.
So Mark is obviously he's skewed the vote.
Yeah.
It's Asajj. So who do we got to call?
So.
I mean, they moved Mando Mondays to our day, so that's fine. So then we'll call someone in Black Series. I got the number, Mark. Don't worry about it.
He got his watch out. Hello.
I'll
right.
wear my Beskar shirt too. I'm like, hey.
So, ladies and gentlemen, here's kind of a big announcement here.
Whoa.
We're getting married.
We tonight is the last night for you to back the HasLab Razor Crest
Mark,
project.
come on, Mark.
Okay.
Who cares about Christmas?
This ends in 1 hour and 6 minutes. Okay. We are currently at the number of backers supporting this project. Get ready. Hold on to your hat. 27,175 backers.
Did that take a huge jump?
In the last
Like
24
a 10,000?
hours. Not 10,000.
7,000. We went from 20 to 27.
Well, wasn't it about 20 on?
I don't know what it was this morning, but what I'm saying is the last time let me just put it that way. The last time we talked about this last week, that's a 10,000 jump.
Yeah.
That's huge. 7 days.
Yeah. And with that, because it's pretty awesome.
Why does everyone wait till the last day?
Well, because they know it's their last chance to get it, right? Otherwise, then it goes to the secondary market, which brings up a great question that we got on YouTube from Ben Bamboo.
Ben Bamboo.
Ben
Oh,
Bamboo.
are you trying to... Come on, man.
What?
I know what he's trying to do here.
What?
I'm just teasing you.
All right. Ben Bamboo asks, does the popularity of HasLab's Crest mean that it won't rise in value as much as the sail barge did when it sold for $500, but now goes for upwards around $1,400, $1,500?
Depending on the week.
If the Crest is going to sell in the tens of thousands of units when the barge sold a third of that approximately, wouldn't it not nearly be as rare or as sought after in the collector or secondary market? And does the fact that it's from the new era of Star Wars as opposed to original trilogy like the barge also count against its value increase. So first of all, Ben, this is as well of thought out as a question and response that we have gotten, whether YouTube, Twitter. I mean, I love it. There's a lot of layers to it. So let's start first. Because they're going to sell 27, maybe even 28,000 by the end of the next hour.
Right, I think I have to go buy another one right now.
Do you think, because you know that there are people that bought 2 or 3 of these because for investor purposes.
Sure.
Do you think that the price increase on the secondary market will be triple like what it was for the barge? Josh, I defer to you first.
I do not.
What do you think would be a reasonable...
The reason I don't was because there's a couple things. One, it's more readily available, right, Mark? They can get this in the UK right now, correct?
Everywhere. Yeah, Australia can get it. UK can get it. Yeah.
UK, Canada. And the issue with the barge when it was first released is I think it was only, UK, US? Was that it?
No, it was US first.
It was US only.
And then limited Canada, UK.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I think that is what exploded the aftermarket, whatever, the price. We had guys that were we knew of a guy who was like, buy me the barge, and was getting offers from Canada, and I'll come down, I'll pay $1,000, like, which was actually a deal in the end. So buy 500, get 1,000. I don't think that is the case here. Plus the price point is not one that would inhibit, even though it's $350, 500 and 350, it's $150 difference, right?
And there's a mental difference. There's
a huge mental difference between $349 and $500, right? So I think that will keep the secondary market down a bit, because people right now, like they should, because we just had a 7, or a 5,000, well, I'll just say 5,000 jump in a day. I think people are realizing, I want that. So I think you're seeing less investment type purchases and more, I can afford this and I want this in my collection type purchases. So that's the difference. I think what drove the barge. And then my second point was HasLab now has cred. HasLab is trusted now. They came out with an excellent product. The barge is phenomenal. If you have the barge in your collection, it is a beautiful piece. You are not disappointed for $500 when the barge showed up. Nope. It was huge. It was detailed. It had yak face on a card. It had everything that you thought you were going to get and more. And so those are my 2 reasons for why I don't think that the crest, because nobody knew. That was the issue with the barge. Nobody knew. And then when it came out, they're like, oh my God, it's awesome. I'll pay $1,500 for that. So I think that'll keep the price down, but maybe not by a lot. We'll see. Go ahead. I won't step on that. Ask Mark a question, please.
Mark, what do you think? What do you think you'll see? Because I have a thought that because there's so many more people that are buying this one as opposed to the barge, the secondary market won't be as high of a demand because they'll have already gotten them. The ones that really want them have already gotten them. And so, like, to me, realistically, I think you might see them on eBay for maybe twice the price, maybe around $600 or $700. But I really do think that all the people that want one are getting one right now because they know that the price is going to be higher secondarily.
Yeah.
How much?
For that one, though.
Yeah. How much higher do you think you would?
I reckon it'll go up to at least double. It won't do barge prices because the barge you won't see again. The barge is 100% a HasLab. I have a feeling that after this is finished, probably next year, once everybody's got their Razor Crests, Hasbro will bring it out again without all the bells and whistles, without the cards, without the accessories, but they'll bring it out for like $200 or $250. So you can get one. It's just not the HasLab one. Do you know what I mean? The barge is a one-off.
Maybe like a vintage collection crest is what you're talking about.
Maybe like a vintage collection crest. The thing about the barge, it is a one-off, but the Razor Crest, it's like the Falcon. It's like Slave One. You've got to be making tons of them. Do you see what I mean? So I think it'll double for this price, definitely, but I don't think it'll go higher than that.
So you said an interesting thing there. And it's funny that you said that because Josh and I had a conversation earlier today about this. Is Razor Crest the new Millennium Falcon for this
Without
era
a
of
doubt.
Star Wars?
Yeah, it's a beautiful ship. It's retro for one. It's old school. It's beat up. That's what you want. That's what Star Wars fans love in our ships.
It seems to get his butt kicked and still survive. It's a survivor.
That's what I was gonna. My biggest takeaway from Chapter 10, from Episode 2 of Season 2 of The Mandalorian, was the Razor Crest from its, getting its butt kicked standpoint is the Falcon. It can get dropped onto an ice planet. It can slide around. It can fall through an ice shelf. It can get welded with one torch and take back off. You can shut off the cockpit. It is the Falcon, and that's what we've seen from the Falcon. Now, let me make that clear. It will never be the Falcon in my book, as far as that goes, which is any old school collector or Star Wars fan. But I think it is taking on a which is very cool, and they're not pushing it, by the way, but it's taking on, remember, the Falcon is a character to us now. The Falcon, if they blew up the Falcon like they blew up the Enterprise, I'd lose my mind. Like, when they wrecked the Falcon, and even the
in Solo,
in Solo, or no, in The Rise of Skywalker, they wrecked the Falcon. I'm like, if they take the Falcon out, like Falcon Chewie, or Falcon and Chewie, boom, I would have flame thrown the freaking theater screen. But but I think that's what they're going with the Razor Crest. It's silently rising up to being a character in the movie or in the series, which you can see with it, limping away at the end of the last episode. I am fully on board with a ship being something you're endeared to. And
look at it in episode 2. Basically, it was a character in the last, episode 10, chapter 10. It was a character for that flight against the X-Wings was unbelievable. What I like about it is it's beefy. It's not a good-looking ship, which to me is what Star Wars ships should look like. They should look battered and big. If they made it sleek and sexy looking, I don't think it'd have worked. But no, I think it's going to be an iconic ship, definitely.
It's no Naboo starfighter, that's for sure.
Which, by the way, didn't catch on. And it's a beautiful ship, but you don't have a Naboo starfighter as your number one, or even the Princess or Queen Amidala's ship, which was gorgeous.
Which was a great toy. That was a great toy.
It's gorgeous. But it doesn't have character, and that's what we want.
It's
we
not
want
in your
character.
top 10, yeah.
We want the Razor Crest taken off with one engine, and the flaps are flicking on, and smoke in space. Who cares? We don't need reality. This is a fantasy thing. Smoke in space is real. All the things that are happening.
Actually.
Yeah. So I agree wholeheartedly, Andy. That's a great question. Do we have more to finish on that question from our YouTuber? We kind of answered him.
We did. That's. I think we were pretty thorough in our opinion anyway. Well, it's definitely a wait and see kind of situation. But I can't recommend the HasLab projects enough, man.
I can't either. And I'm very excited about the tiers they're doing. I think that's a smart move by HasLab. And
we all agree we wish it would have lights. I mean, we all agree.
Some lights, so I don't have to buy fairy lights from friggin' Walmart and get it done myself. But other than that, what do you buy?
I agree with you about the HasLab. I mean, a lot of people are skeptical about it, but they're not making you buy it. If you buy it or not, it's up to you. I think they're doing a good job with them. Barge is beautiful. Razor Crest is beautiful. So 2 out of 2.
That's perfect.
Yeah, no doubt. So,
Scuba.
Josh, I got this in the mail today.
Oh, Andy's got something to show off.
I do, and I'm totally pumped about it. It's not something I ordered. It was gift. It was a gift, and this doesn't happen. This doesn't happen often, but
people don't give you gifts.
Well, I mean, just truly, this is for no reason other than I've purchased some things before from this site, and it just says, the note says, I wanted to take this opportunity to thank you for your past support of Padawan Bear patches.
Oh.
And wish you the very best for the holiday season. I wanted to explain why I was doing this so early in the season. I designed this exclusive card and patch during the quarantine with the intent of sending them out to supporters like you, as well as adding them to my shop for holiday sales. The sales window for this is narrow, and I wanted to be sure that you got it in hand before seeing it promoted on social media or posted in the shop for sale. Hopefully, you're looking for a unique card to send this year, you might consider this one. Thanks again for making the shop successful and for sharing our love for vintage Star Wars. So Padawan Bear Patches is a patch company I've purchased from before, and this is what came in the mail today.
Oh, nice.
Oh, cool.
Okay, so this is the card, and here's the back. Thank you, Padawan Bear Patches. First of all, I love their patches. I absolutely love them. If you're a patch person, I highly recommend it. And then here's what's on the inside, and it includes a patch.
Holy moly.
From one galaxy to another.
Okay, so
Star Wars, Merry Christmas.
Padawan Bear?
Yep, Padawan Bear. You can find them on Instagram.
Padawan Bear Patches. And that was free?
You just sent it to me.
By the way, I mean...
You can purchase this now.
Andy's fingers for scale. This is a very good size patch. That's a nice... And it's beautifully done.
Yeah.
Holy crap. That's awesome. What are you going to put it on? Are you going to put it on your...
On my Star Wars sweatshirt that's got all my patches.
You're going
on
to put it on your Star Wars long underwear. I figured.
Here's my
there you go. Cell phone for scale. There it is.
There you go. You like my case? Like my case?
Yeah.
But
That's
anyway,
awesome.
It absolutely made my day today. So again, you can find Padawan Bear patches on Instagram. That's the best place to find them. They've got so many cool patches. And now they have a seasonal card and patch that you can purchase and give to your friends and family.
I think I'm going there. I love that.
It's awesome.
That's a great gift.
It is.
I mean, nobody knows how to get a patch on anything.
No.
But you should buy them and send them to people and make them figure it out.
Oh, and his name's Frank, by the way. Frank from Padawan Bear.
Do you think it's really Frank?
Yes.
Okay. I'll agree. All right.
It's
Just
Frank.
make sure.
But anyway, thank you so much, Frank. I love this thing to death, and I hope us giving you a shout out sends a few people your way because you have a quality product that's worth taking.
Yeah, we'll
at.
shout you out. We'll put you. We'll put a link down in the description for you watching after the live cast. Now let's move on. Mark, thank you so much for joining us. It's look.
I've had a great time. Thanks, lads.
I know, and here's the deal. We had to get through a ton of crap today. I would prefer, we could do it live for everyone to watch, but I would just like to sit here and talk about your collections and our collection and just hash it out because you're so much fun. We appreciate your support on the Pala Boys. So can you tell us where people can find you, where people can watch you? Because some of the people in the room right now maybe haven't heard of where you're at, and you're an absolute kick in the pants along with all your compadres over at the Pala Boys. So tell us about that.
Right, well, you can find me at my channel, which is Mark Shabby Geek. So basically, it's me, my wife, and my daughters, and we all make fun videos and laugh and jokes and so forth. Then on Tuesdays and Fridays, you can find us at 3 o'clock Eastern time at the Pala Boys, which is on Blue Harvest Vintage Toy Channel, which is really cool. And you can join me at Twitter as M Shabby Geek for Shabby's Dance Fridays on a Friday. We just take a video, you have a dance, and they're all linked on. So thanks, everyone. And thank you two for having me. I've had a great time. Thanks a lot.
Mark, no, I got to do the Mark. The Mark has a lot of elbow.
Yeah.
He has a lot of elbow in his dance, which, look, if you've got a lot, if you're on the dance floor and you're employing that much elbow, people give you cred. They give you respect. They back up because you're elbowing out. You're like,
that's why I wear that watch with the alarm. So everyone moves.
Oh, and plus the ladies are just flocking to that arm, But yeah,
that always happens. So.
But we appreciate you so much. I'm thrilled that Andy found you through his creeping of the Twitters, and you're just awesome. Andy, where can they find us?
You can find us on Twitter if you'd like to interact with us.
If you want to talk.
We just chat, shoot the breeze at Holochronicles. You can find us on Instagram at Holochronicles. You can find us on YouTube at Beyond the Blast Doors. And you can find our content, our almost daily content being put up on
That's a lot of dubs.
beyondtheblastdoors.com, where you can find all of our podcasts on the network, which are updated daily, as well as articles such like you may find today, our hashtag Show Me Your Collection.
I know we ran long. Do you want me to throw that up real quick?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't. But
go there and look at it.
Go there. Ed Ferris, he shared his collection with us, and he's got an awesome basement with a guest room. It's super clean. Like if his motto is, if I can't display it, I don't want it. I'm not going to keep it, or if I'm not going to buy it. If I can't put it on display, then I'm not going to. He doesn't want his walls to. How do you say it? He doesn't want his walls to look like a KB store.
Dang, it looks great. I'm putting it up. I can't help.
Okay, well,
it's good. But keep talking. I'm just throwing it up while you talk. Finish it out.
His favorite item is a graded Return of the Jedi carded Boba Fett.
Look at that son of a gun.
And that is also right next to his loose figure from when he was a kid.
Oh,
that's
beautiful.
Beat to heck and loved like crazy. But he built an insert shelf into one of the walls that it's just super clean. Like everything's just super sharp on it. And it looks, I described it as like serene. It's
calming.
Yeah.
I think that's what you mean. Look at that, Mark. What do you think of that?
It's got comics, boxed items.
He cut a damn hole in his wall.
and he's got the arcade right next to that too.
That's beautiful. No, we have to give this guy a little bit of credit. We got 30 seconds for this guy. I mean, look at that, Mark. Mark, what's that weird symbol on that Anakin? What is that?
That's Her Royal Highness's pound.
Oh, it's like $1. It's like 159, pixie dust. I don't know what that is.
It's like $1, just worth a little bit more.
Just worth a little bit. Nah, until Brexit. Oh, I'm just kidding. But a beautiful display. Shout that out again. Who was that?
His name's Ed Ferris.
Look at that. You can watch TV while you look at this cool crap.
This is his guest room.
Oh,
if you stay the night at Ed's house, this is where you're staying.
I need to VRBO his house and just be like, yeah, I'll just stay there. No need for the cable channel list.
He's super excited for the new Mandalorian Hot Toys to come out. So
no doubt.
He
got
shares
beautiful
that.
Hot toys.
He shares that with our patron friend Todd, who's into Mandalorian and Hot Toys. So awesome stuff with Ed. You can find him on Twitter at Farris FARRIS _Bueller.
And go to the Beyond the Blast Doors, like Andy said, to check that collection out in its entirety, along with Andy's amazing write-up on it. I mean, wordcraft. Oh, it's like Steinbeck.
Yeah.
But longer. I'm just kidding. All right. Well, thanks for joining us on the Holo Chronicles. And by the way, if you want to support us and the Beyond the Blast Doors network, you can find us on Patreon /Beyond the Blast Doors. I think someone set it up there because we say it enough. For the price of a cheeseburger. Mark, how many cheeseburgers do you eat in a month?
About 5 in a minute.
About 5 a minute, according to Mark. So Mark could actually support our entire network all by himself. So we don't need you to be a Mark.
We just need
nobody can be a Mark.
We would love one cheeseburger of your month. That's all. Just one cheeseburger.
No, somebody put that up there. How much is it going to cost? And it's like, how many cheeseburgers is that?
Oh, for the Razor Crest.
Yeah, for the Razor Crest.
1 million cheeseburgers.
1 million cheeseburgers. But yeah, go support us. It just keeps us going, keeps us getting
quality guests like Mark.
You know how much it costs to get Mark on? Do you know how much it costs to get Mark on?
At least £8.
At least I don't know. Or 17 pixie dusts. It's amazing. But
£1.30.
£1.30.
Hi.
All right. But yeah, thank you so much for joining us. Mark, thank you so much. We love you. We love the Pala Boys. We love everything you do.
Thank you, boys.
At MShabbyGeek on Twitter. And what are we gonna what does everyone have to do?
No, we'll see you next week. And don't forget, go play with your toys.
Just
go play with them.
Just go play with your toys.
Go play with your toys.
There's so many videos now. Go play with your toys.
Go play with your toys.